5 best ETFs Nigerians should buy in 2025. As a caveat, ETFs availability, the prices and platform fees changes fast. Based on my own October experience, you guys know that I try to invest monthly, no matter how small that fund is. I used October 2025 public sources to choose funds that are widely available or listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So always check with your broker or read the ETF fact sheet before investing. Follow me on these points that I'm going to share in this video. First is why ETFs are powerful for Nigerian investors. If you've been following my channel, I think you should know that by now. But for the sake of newbies, let's do this. Second is 5 ETFs I recommend with clear reasons and use cases. Remember, like I do say, I'm not a financial advisor. However, I use my own experiences and research sources to recommend, at least share what I'm doing with you right now. How to buy Nigerian listed ETFs and international ETFs through Nigerian stockbrokers or apps. Then we'll talk about fees, taxes, and practical allocation ideas. We'll also talk about risk control and how to rebalance. Okay, so let's do this. So the first is New Gold. It is the gold-backed ETF listed on Nigerian Stock Exchange. This ETF tracks the stock price of gold and gives you physical gold-backed exposure. It does this via local NGX tickers. So if you are a Nigerian that is worried about naira depreciation and currency volatility, gold remains a tested and trusted hedge for you. If you have seen my last video, you would understand why it is important for you to invest in this commodity. If you have not seen that video, please do well to see that video after this one. More about New Gold. It is widely used by local investors. They invest in this to preserve their purchasing power and also to diversify equity-heavy portfolios. It is listed on NGX and trades in naira on the local exchange, which of course makes buying and selling practical for Nigerian retail investors. Another ETF to watch and buy is the VSP bond ETF. This is Nigeria's sovereign bond ETF. It gives you exposure to federal government of Nigeria bond in a simplified structure. In 2025, it is among the top performers in Nigeria's ETFs. So if you're seeking income and stability, this ETF is a core holding. Use it to balance your equity heavy risks. The next is vet goods. That is the consumer goods sector. This is through Vetiva. If you guys have been watching my video, you'll hear me talk about Vetiva a lot. So you and I know that consumer demand is remaining resilient and it has inflation-driven shifts. So this sector ETF can capture consumption trends in Nigeria. According to NGX, vet goods has delivered strong returns. So you can use this as a sector of teal if you believe that consumer spending will stay strong. So next is Stanbic IBTC ETF 30. I've spoken about this in a particular video before. I can remember really well because I invested. So you guys can do the same, but always do your due diligence. Make sure you make your own research. This is an ETF that replicates the NGX 30 index. That is Nigeria's top 30 listed companies. This is a simple way to own the market leaders, just like S&P 500 in the US. I'm not saying it's the same. I'm just telling you it's similar to that effect. Banking, telecoms, customer goods, and industrials, but then with ETF convenience. So it's not just you buying individual stocks. You're doing all these companies, but with the convenience of ETF. For investors who want local equity exposure, stock picking, an ETF that tracks the NGX 30 is the real deal because it has broad market exposure to Nigeria's largest, most liquid companies. It's simpler. There is low maintenance alternative to direct stock selections. It also has good dividends and capital gain potential during recoveries. So now let's talk about global and international ETF picks. For Nigerians to hedge against naira volatility and also capture global growth, you would want a global ETF. Some great ones to consider are Vanguard Total International Stock ETF, VXUS, iShare Core, MSCI, that is the one they refer to as IEFA, or Vanguard International High Yield ETF, VYMI. These I've mentioned are not listed on NGX. So you would access them through Nigeria-based brokers with international access, plus global exposure, like Bamboo, Chaka. This helps you create balanced diversification. So now, how to buy these ETFs in Nigeria? The NGX listed ETFs that I spoke about, you can always access through any licensed Nigerian stockbroker. using your CSCS account. If you don't know what CSCS means, please check my prior video. It's a recent prior videos, maybe 2-3 videos away. I'll just share the thumbnail. Then for international ETFs, the likes of VXUS, IEFA, or VYMI, use brokers with international access like Bamboo, like Chaka, like Trove, because you're going to need to convert Naira to USD. And you can do that on their platforms easily. You pay for FX conversion. So for instance, when I buy REITs on Rise, I'll have to convert to USD, and then the conversion rate, sometimes they pay my body, but then it's something I have to do, so I got to do it. You can also check the ETF management fee and expense ratios. You can check for liquidity, that is the bid-ask spread. Check your minimum investment units before you invest. And also check your tax implication and repatriation limits. Let's look at an example of an allocation template. If I were looking to be conservative, that is, I want to preserve my capital, I will invest 15% of my capital in new gold. I will invest 45% in Vertiva sovereign bond. I will invest 20% in Stanbic, and then 20% in VWRL, the international ETFs. But if I'm looking for balance, that is growth plus stability, I will invest 10% in new gold, 25% in Vertiva bond, 20% in Stanbic, and 20% in global ETFs. But what if I'm looking for growth? That is long-term dollar growth. I would invest 50% in international ETFs, 20% in Stanbic, 5 to 10% in new gold, then 20 to 25% in Vertiva bond. How would you be allocating your own risk? You can share with me in the comment section. Let's talk about this. Now, don't forget to start small. Don't keep complaining, I do not have a lot of money to invest. You can start where you are. Use recurring buys. There's an option for that on the app. And you can also tell your broker about this. Keep an emergency buffer in Naira cash. Also, always keep ETF fact sheets and your broker statement. If you're not sure of what you're doing, just consult an investment broker or an investment advisor. You can also consult with us to seek clarity. We do that for a living. We make sure that you are comfortable in a 1-hour session that helps you to pick the top ETFs or stocks that are viable at the time you're trying to invest. In October 2025, the NGX All Share Index is showing strength. For example, in a weekly market report, NGA noted ongoing corporate actions and market resilience. So, some Nigerian ETFs outranked their underlying indexes in prior years, showing the great potential of passive investing in Nigeria. So, combining strong local ETF performance with global diversification makes sense right now. Again, my top ETFs for October 2025 are as follows. New Gold, VSP Bond ETF, Stanbic ETF 30, VXUS, Vet Goods. There are more, but I just want to talk about these few. Use a mix of local and international exposure. This will give you a Naira edge and capture global growth. Don't forget to always monitor fees, liquidity, and rebalance. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to share. Don't be selfish. Share with your friends. And then drop the ETF you're already holding or planning to buy in the comment section below. I'll definitely engage. If you're seeking more information on ETFs, stock investments, business ideas, you get loads of that on our playlist. If you have not purchased your copy of the book, Beginner's Guide to Stock Market Investing, the link is in the description below. And if you're also looking for a way to start a business on a very small scale, yes, we have a copy of the money capsule for you. It is also in the description below. And people who have read these books have found it very satisfying and solution driven. Get your own copy. If you want more clarity as to someone who will hold your hand regarding stock investments, LPG gas plants, or more, please click the link below. You will get to purchase a one-on-one consultation for 1 full hour with our industry experts. Until I come your way again. This is Fooby Finance.